Okay. Good morning. Today we are going to another things. Looking or to finishing the 11.3 was going to be the detail or the point by point together in the graph. So if you wanna sketch in the graph in the polar, you need to connect all these points together. If you remember in the previous lecture, we see that okay. In the 11.3 part B today. In the previous lecture, we see that if you have r and theta, like 2 and pi over 2, the first thing that we are going to think about it is the angle, right? Because we have origin and x-ray. And first of all, we think about pi over 2. Then we have 2 units. We say 1, 2 in the direct that we have. So we will get this point will be P1, that point. And we say at the same point, if, for example, P2 is equal to minus 2, we say we are going to do the same angle, but when we say minus, we will make a reverse direction. Instead of direction, right, going to straight, no, we will make we will take a reverse one. That one will be P2. That's all about the angles. And as well, you know the angle, if we have, for example, P3, we say negative angle. We say that in that case, because we have a negative angle, we are going to take a clockwise direction, and that one will be minus pi over 4, and we have 1, 2, that will be P3. That was actually, we need a more detail. You need to more practice to get the idea. Otherwise, you cannot control it. Now, in 11.3, we have what? We have sketching the graph. Sketching the graph, you can say equation and graph. So we have two things, equations and graphs. When you say equation and graphs, means that there's a relation between the polar equation to give you the what? To give you the graph. You have what? R equal to 1, two things, two important, actually highlighted important points here. We have A and B. You see that in general, if R, generally, if R is what? If R is equal to number, we have a circle. Look at here. If R is 1 or minus 1, we will get a circle. And in the previous one, it was like a R equal to A, the minus or negative A. Does not make a change. So in that case, we say R is equal to positive or negative A. A is any number. A is a real number, any numbers. So in that case, you will get a circle with a radius A. That's the first. The second thing is here, you see what? If theta angle is equal to such number, like pi over 6, we will get what? We will get a line. So we have two things here. First, if R, so equation and graph, of G of polar, we know. R equal to number. We will get the circle. And if theta is equal to number, in that case, you'll get what? You'll get straight line. So line and circle. To get a point here, I'm going to give you many examples. For example, if we say R equal to 2. So when I say R equal to 2, in my mind, theta is what? Where's the angle? Put your mobile away. Where's the angle? We say that if you want to sketch in the graph, if you want to even for single point, you need what? You need R and theta, right? So R is 2. Where's theta? Because in your example, didn't mention anything, any theta. So it means that theta at least between 0 and 2 pi, at least in mind. Put in your mind. So I'm going to analyze that one. I say what? I say means that I have 2 and 0, 2 and pi over 4, 2 and pi over, let me blame 6, 4, 2 and pi over 3, or just in the first quadrant in your mind. 2 and pi over 2, right? 2 and what? Go 2 and pi. Go 2 and 3 pi over 2. And go 2 and 2 pi and 2 and 0 and again, right? So to sketch all these points means that sketch all these points, infinite angle. To sketch all these points, you say what? You say I have at the beginning, I have 2 and 0. So here I am, 1, 2, and this is the 0 angle. Let me say P1. P2 is what? Pi over 6 and 2, right? Am I right? P3 is what? 4, 5. And I will get what? 2 and pi. So here's pi, 1, 2. So here I am, right? And 2 and 3 pi over 2. So here I am again. And go till 2 what? Till 2 and 2 pi again, right? So if you see, I'll get what? I get a circle. That's why we say when r equal to a positive number or negative number, I will get what? The shape will be circle without mentioning theta angle. Why? Because the angle is between 0 and 2 pi, and I'll get the same. Can you imagine if I say r equal to -2, you will get that circle or not? Why? Because I know 0, let me say pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, right? Pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, yalla, 2 pi, and go on. So tell me about P1 is what? Like what? Yalla. 0 and -2. Here's origin, here's X-ray. So tell me about 0 and -2. Where's the 0 and -2? To the left side. Here's a 0 angle. Yes, 0 angle. -2 means that go back. -1, -2. That one will be P1. Can you imagine? Okay, tell me about P2. Pi over 6, okay, here's pi over 6, but -2. So -1, -2. That's P2. How about pi over 4? There's pi over 4, but what? -2 again. So -1, -2. So this will be P3. Pi over 6, 3. Here's pi over 3. But instead of going to there, come to down. -1, -2. So here's a P4. P5. Pi over 2. Okay, here I am pi over 2, 90. But come down. -1, -2. So I got P5. And P6, P7, P8. Here's what? This point. Can you tell me? Huh? Pi and -2. You're right. Pi and -2. -1, -2. So this is the point. And 3 pi over 2. Here's 3 pi over 2. But what? -2. So -1, -2. I'll be here. So means that even I get negative because I have an angle, one round angle. So I'll get what? I'll get the circle again. So point again, the other one was like a clockwise, but now the counterclockwise. Look, first point, second point, and go to here, go to there, and go to here. And that point will be 0, -2, and 2 pi. 2 pi, 1 round, come to here, and -2. So -1, -2. You got it. So again, I got that if I say positive number or negative number, the circle will be like that. But the instruction, the way that we sketch the graph, it was different, right? That one, it was like that, counterclockwise when it's a positive R, but the other one, it was what? It was like a counterclockwise again. But for the first point, we start from here, but the other one's start point was there. And you went like that, but the other one, it was like that. Understood? So that's why when we say R equal to some number, you know now the graph, right? Is what? The graph of that one? Circle. Radius is what? 5. Radius of here is what? You say 2. You don't say -2, right? 2 units. Good. You get the first one. Now we are going to the second one. The second one is what? We see -2 and pi. Just that point. Okay. Look at here. This is the origin and X-ray, right? -2 and pi, right? So the angle is pi. So I'm going to direct the angle. Here I am. This is just angle. Yeah? Understood? Okay. But when you say minus pi, because instead of going to that direction, I'm going backward. Instead of forward, I'm going to backward from here. So I say -1, -2. That point is -2 and pi. Understood, Kaga? Pi and -2. Hello? Question? Good. Okay. No question? The second, we see what? We see theta is equal to number, like for example, pi over 4. We say that the graph is what? The graph is what? Huh? Okay? We say the graph is line. We see this origin, X-ray. Now your graph is like that. Pi over 4, okay, and one line from here to there. Again, my question is what? Where's R? In the previous one, I say where is theta, right? Where's angle? Because we need R and theta. So theta is pi over 4. Where is R, Jamaat? Yalla. Where's R? Minus infinity to infinity, yes. So R is R. R is belong to R. Means that maybe 0. One, yeah? Or means that, Amjara, pi over 4 is pi over 4. Many points. Let me write down nicely for you to get more information. When just only we say pi over 4, means that R is all real number. Look at here, P1, P2, P3, means that infinite point, right? P5, P6. Maybe R is 0. So can you, can you sketch 0? Can you give me where's the 0 and pi over 4? So for example, if I erase that one, give me P1. P1 is where? You can sketch it if you like. Yalla, think about it. But slow down. Sorry, the others. Yes. Oh, just draw, sorry. 0 and pi over 4. Okay. Origin. Yeah. Okay, in that case, we just do it like that. Look, what? Yeah, we don't mention anything. Exactly. We don't mention the angle. Because that one you make a line, right? That's why I say it's not right. Now, you got it? When r is 0, means that distance is 0. So, okay. Distance is 0. So, distance 0, we don't have anything. Thank you, Kaka. So, it means that we don't have anything. Okay, that's a P1. Tell me about P2. Give me a number. For example, 2. Now, yours is right. 2. 2 and pi over 4. Here's pi over 4. 1, 2. That one will be P2. And we should have a line. We should have a line. How about P10? Yalla. The same thing. Let me do P2 again for you. P1, P2. 1, 2. How about P3? We say the same direction. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got it? How about PB 100? Go. So how about infinite? Go. Do you have a problem? No. Tell me about -2. P5. Yalla. That will be what? Pi over 4, but -1, -2. Am I right? How about -100? Exactly. The same direction. Go to 1. How about infinite? Infinite. So if you look at the graph, we see when theta is equal to pi over 4, our graph is what? Is line. So on line, which line? With the angle pi over 4. So that one to infinite, that one to infinite. Now it's your turn. Hello. Agalam. It's your turn. Tell me about that one, the graph. Y-axis, exactly. So exactly y-axis. Why? Because that one is pi over 2. This is 0 and pi over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, infinite. -1, -2 till minus infinite. So I get that. You got it, Jamaat? Easy? Good. So how about if I say theta and 0? X-axis in that case. Why? Because you can see from here, let me highlight it. That one is 0 and 0. 0 of angle and 0 of r. Okay. 0 of angle and 1, 2, 3, 4, infinite. 0 angle, -1, -2, -3 till minus infinite. So, but if you don't know how to sketch actually -2 and 0, so of course you do know that one is your point. Of course, you don't know how to sketch it. Do you understand? Hello? Good. Now, it's time to restrict. Before, we say r equal to 2. The angle, it was what? All things, right? Now I'm going to mix them. So if I say, for example, theta between 0 and pi over 2. Can you imagine? So how we solve that one equation? Generally, r equal to 2 is what? Yalla? Circle, one, yeah? Circle. But now, theta is between what and what? 0. So this will be my graph. So I should erase the other one, right? I should erase the other parts. Am I right? Now that one will be 0. My graph from the first quadrant, we say that. And from now, sometimes we use the quadrants. You know why? to imagine more, to sketch it more. Okay, otherwise you don't need to. Just this is your origin and X-ray. So that one will be your what? Your graph. Am I right? Like a piece of pizza, on a slice of pizza, like that. So how about if I say, sorry, I mean like that, just like that, nothing else. How about if I say R between 2 and 3. Before we say R equal to 3, you know, is what? Circle. And how about R equal to 2? Another circle. So between them, am I right? So it's not hard. If you understand how to sketch R equal to 2 or 3 and together. So between them is that here, 2.5, 2.25, and more. So you'll get something like a tire. That's why we have what? 2, 3. Do you get that point, dears? Okay. Now I'm going to restrict also the angle, huh? We play with R and angle, nothing else. So one by one. So if I say pi between 0 and, sorry, how about that one? First of all, I have theta, yes. I know R equal to 3 is the circle, equal to 2, another circle. So between them, that's between them. Exactly. And we have angle is selected. So I have what? I have just from 0 to that one. So if I want to make it nicely, I say I have something like that. Am I right? That one is 2, that one is 3. You got it? How about if I say, yalla? If I change the example to something else. Exactly. Exactly. So, also include. So it's not hard, but if you understand the basic things, you can play with it. There's no idea in it. Just think about it and do it. There's no idea, say, I'm going to change that onto that one, then I will get. No, just understand and put it. You go to Jamaat. That's all about the graph and equation. So here we are. First example, you can see R between 1 and pi is what? Theta is what? First quadrant. So this is 1, this is 2, this is between them, and this is from 0 to pi over 2. Understood, Jamaat? During exam, I'm changing that one. You got it? If I say pi, we will have the first quadrant and the second quadrant. You got the idea? Good. Now in the second, I have what? R and theta, right? Okay, huh? Now, theta is what, or the angle is what? The angle is theta equal to pi over 4. We say pi over 4 is what? Along is line. Okay, so here's the origin, and I have a line like that from here to there. Am I right, Jamaat? Right? But now, R what? They restricted R between, I don't know, what? -3, okay, 2. You're welcome. So that one, 1, 2. And I'm going to erase it till here. That one will be 1, 2. And point, right? And that one say what? That's 2. less than 2 everywhere is here. Okay. And that one say what? -1, -2, -3. So I'm going to stop here. That one -3, that one is 2, and that's it. And that one's 0, you know. 0, 1, 2, 0, -1, -2, -3. I have a line, but restricted line, not long line, not infinite line, right? Just like a part of line. We say, when we don't mention R means what? R is R, infinite to -3. So I have what? 2 angles, 2 pi over 3. And the other part, 5 pi over 6. Yalla. How is get that one? So R is any number, 0, positive, negative. So forget about R. If I say theta equal to 2 pi over 3, give me the graph of that one alone. Second quadrant is equal to what? 2 pi over 3. 120? Yes, you are right. So it means that we are where? This is the origin. And this is what? 90. And that one will be the first line. Am I right? We see that as a line from infinity to infinity. Okay. So give me the second one. The second one is what? 5 pi over 6. 5 pi over 6. So is equal to what? 30, 150, right? Okay. So sketch the graph of it. So here's 90, 20. That one will be 50. 5 pi over 6. Right? Okay, now combine them. Combine these two together. So I have origin. That one is the first one. 120. That one is the other one. 150. Am I right? And he said the angle between them, right? In the equation. So maximum, minimum, let me say that, and between them. So like R, between 1 and 2. So I say between them means that that's all. Understood, Jamaat? Where is R? R may be 0. We don't care. Because I have a line. Maybe 0, positive, negative, or 0, positive, negative. Does not make a change. Everything else depends on R and theta. So when you have a R, focus on R. When you have a theta, focus on theta. When you have both of them, focus on both of them and try to do one of them. For example, I say theta between pi over 2 and let me say minus pi over 2. Then he didn't say anything about R. So means that one the first one and that one the second one, and both of them are on the same line. Or let me say that one is equal to pi over 4. So I say that one the first one and minus pi over 2. This is the second one. And between them will be here. Any question? Hello? Okay. So most of the exercises that you have, you can see from here, is manipulating between R and theta. So do not forget about these examples. These are important. And I think I select most of them. I think in exercise, we select most of them. So kindly try to sketch most of them because they are the same, but the idea a little bit different. That one minus 2 to be deal with it, because in 11.4 actually I'm going to mix, or 11.5 I'm going to mix that one r, theta, and angle and circle with the area. So if you don't know how to sketch it, if you don't know which area I'm talking about, how to sketch that area, actually you cannot find, or you cannot solve the integral or the area. So careful. Okay. You saw this relation, I think, in physics in many words, right? X usually is what? Cosine part. Y is what? Sine part. Both of them is the equation of the circle. So you have that one. And if you want to find the angle, is what? Is equal what? Tan of theta is equal to y over x. That one is what? Relation between two coordinates, the polar and the Cartesian. Okay. So how to sketch one of them on the other one? I say that one is x and y axis, right? But if I have a line like that, here's the. If I have line like that, and I want to analyze that line, project of that line, I see that one there's an angle, theta, for example, is equal to something. And that one, that part will be r, the radius, and the x-axis is what? Is cosine part, because the cosine of that angle. So I say what? R cosine x equal to r cosine theta. And if I want to analyze that part, I see because that one is angle, the opposite is sine. So I have r sine theta. But when I compare that one is equal to what? Is y part. So I say y equal to r sine theta. Understood? Okay. When you are analyzing the angle, the line with the angle with the theta, that part, as we have in the triangle, we say what? We say opposite one, yeah. That one is adjacent and hypotenuse, right? Hypo. But here r is equal to, we say y equal to, y part is equal to r sine, that one y x equal to r cosine theta. So the angle is important. Where's the angle? And we have x and y axis. That's why. So there's a relation. Of course, we are going to use these relations to find the equation to each other. Sorry, sometimes we say transfer or change polar to Cartesian or vice versa. Okay. Now, look at here. For example, I say what? The question is what? Here's some curve express both polar and coordinate, Cartesian coordinate. For example, during the exam, I'm going to give you that part. I say change to the Cartesian. So it means that from r theta to x and y. This is the polar r theta. Change it to x and y. So how? That one is equal to what? X, y, because we say x is equal to r cosine theta. Now I have what? R cosine theta is equal to 2. So it means that x equal to 2. Understood? How about the second one? How we change that one? Yalla. Sada. How we change that one? Xy equal to 4. Why? Because I'm going to change that r to r cosine theta, r sine theta equal to 4. That one x, that one y, so xy equal to 4. Okay, how about that one? X squared minus y squared equal to How about that one? Two x plus 1, you are right. A equal to what? Equal to r. Better than nothing. Yalla. No, we should change that r to x and y. No. No. No, of course. When you have cosine theta, try to make an r with it, not separate them. Because r cosine is then equal to x. So look at the equation. So how we change it? You have these three keys. No more. Yalla, how we change that 3, 4 keys? So r equal to what? Am I right? Okay, bu square kind of. Do not say x plus y is equal to x squared plus y, then square root. Okay. So you'll get what? Here. I say what? Am I right? Now we change everything from r, look, r 1 plus 2r cosine theta. We change to 2x and that on 2 square root y. All of them is x and y. There is no r and theta. Okay. So tell me about that one. r1 minus cosine theta. Yalla. r1 minus cosine theta. Actually, I answered that one before. I say to Baco, yes? I see that. When you have cosine theta, try to be mixed with r. So we should what? Exactly. You multiply by r. I'll get what? Yeah. All right. So r square r. Otherwise, we cannot answer that one. There is no key to answer because we don't have anything cosine theta. Cosine theta is equal to what? We don't know. So now every r, change it to x or y. So here you are. Here's the change. Maybe you say that one is not equal to our, you know why? Why that one is not equal to the answer? Because we should remove this square root. So how I remove that square root? I say square root of x squared plus y squared is equal to x squared plus y squared plus x. Am I right? And make that one all of them square, then you'll get square root. So that's why you get what? X to power 4, y to power 4, and something else. That's why we got that one. Understood? Good. So try to find them. Now, we have the reverse. We say that if I can change the polar to Cartesian, of course, vice versa, we can do it. So we have what? X squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 9. So how we change that? Sorry? Open the square first. Okay, so you get what? X squared plus y plus what? Y minus 3. So I get x squared, y squared minus 6y plus 9 equal to 9. Am I right? 9 equal to 0. So I get what? R squared. Thank you. R squared minus 6 r sine theta. You are right. Equal to 0. So we changed. Good. What else? And identify their graph later. So change that one and identify the graph. And it's easy for you, of course. So how we graph that one? Means that x is equal to -4. Means that, am I right? One line, x equal to -4. How about the second? X squared plus y squared equal to 4x. So how we sketch that one? Y-intercept? No. No. How we sketch that one? But check at x düzel plus y düzel. How? No. We don't have such rule like that. Cosine square or sine square plus cosine square is equal to 1. So careful. Not x squared plus y squared. We don't say that. Yes? No. Exactly. We make it to the circle because we have what? We have x squared, thank you. X squared plus y squared, we say equal to what? The question was what? Is equal to 4x. So this is the shape of, yes. So I go to do like what? Am I right? So we make that one to be something x minus something squared. So we call that one as what? We say that. Make it complete. Completing square. So how? We say x squared minus 4 squared minus 2. You remember that one? Completing square. Yes? Where we get that one? No? Where? It was about solving sine inverse and tan inverse and something like that. But it was in the quiz number 1. You can check your quiz. But some of them, we cannot decide it. It's not a complete square. So we change it to complete square. For example, if I say solve integral like that, x squared minus 4x dx. We say that one, it looked like something, but it's not complete. So we change it to the complete, and we got the inverse formula. Maybe the tan inverse, sine inverse, depends. Okay, good. So that one is 4, that one is 4, and I'll get what? X minus 4x plus 4 minus 4 plus y squared is equal to what? To 0. This one is complete square. That one is going to the other side. And here we are. This is the circle. Equation of the circle. So center is where? 2 and 0 with a radius of 2. Hello? Maybe you forget something. That's why you are surprised. I can see your face. This is the equation of what? Are you sure? So here is A, right? And here will be what? A. Where's the center? 0, 0. So this is a special case of the equation of circle. That one is the general and right case. What's that? It's also the circle, but the center is h and k. For example, if you say x minus 2 squared plus, well, that's why you are surprised, I can see. And y minus 5 squared is equal to 4, means that my center, it should be on 2 and 5. Then with the reduced 2, okay? R is what? 2. So I say that this is 2, that one's 5. I'm going to sketch the circle with the radius to be 2. You got it now? Hello? So if I say x minus 2 plus y squared is equal to 4, so it means that y is what? Y minus 0 squared, right? So my center is where? 2 and 0. So 2 and 0, 1, 2. Am I right? Here I am. This is the center point. And how many, or the distance of the radius is what? Is 2. So that one 0, that one will be what? 3, 4. Understood, Jamaat? Okay, tell me about the circle like that. No, minus 2 and 0. Okay, so that's the idea. So there's the circle. Minus 2 is the center and 0. How about this? I say 5. You know how to. So it's this minus 2 and minus 5. So here's your circle. Understood? Good. So this is the equation of circle, actually. The general case. But when we say that one, means that we are in the center. The center point is 0, 0. We are in the center of the axis. Otherwise, no. Here, no. There's no guarantee, as you saw before. So that's why I'm going back to the example. We change that one to the circle equation by completing square, and we make the x together to get a circle. So now I know this is the center should be 2 and 0, and here's the graph. Now a little bit your face is better. Can see shiny face here. Okay, good. The last one. Hello? Come on, you are in the call too. You need more motivate, more energy. Yalla. How you saw that one? Multiply both sides because the denominator is not equal to 0. So you can do it. So I'll get what? 2r cosine theta minus r sine theta equal to 4. So it means that 2x minus y equal to 4. So y is equal to what? 2x minus 4. Am I right? So now, and you know, that was the equation of what? How to sketch that one? As y equal to mx plus b. Line. Linear equation, right? So you can see line with the slope 2 intersect at minus 4 and go on. So it will like that. Understood? Hello? Good. So you got many things here. The first of all, do not forget about that in the 11.3. The first thing is what? In the part A, we see what? Point. How to sketch the point? 1 point. Only 1 point. For example, if I have 1 and pi over 2, I have minus 2 with the 0, 0 is with pi over 3, like that. How we sketch that? And the important things here, it was what? How to sketch minus with the angle. Minus 2 with 4, pi over 4. And the second part, part B, we say that how to sketch more points. We say equation and polar graph. For example, r equal to circle, theta is equal to line, mixing these two ideas together, like r between 2 and 3, and theta between 0 and pi over 2. Or again, we don't have that one. Only we have that one, half of that one, half of that one, and we play all of them. And we took many cases here. Then later, In 11.3, the last things, the relation between polar to Cartesian and vice versa. Understood? Okay. Do you have any question?